Hey, everybody, and I have an official statement from the President of the United States regarding unemployment, as well as we're going to cover unemployment and stimulus and what's happening with the virus right now in the country and what it could mean to Christmas, what it could mean to the possibility of restarting the PUA. A lot of people have asked that in the comments. What's happening with PUA? When am I getting my PUA? What's happening in my state? How is unemployment? What are we doing about it in the future? There's so much around unemployment that is a lot of uncertainty, especially with what I'm going to cover in regards to the virus. Guys, Joe Biden released an official statement about unemployment in the U.S., addressing pretty much everything we've been talking about on this channel. In this statement, Biden talked about all these different ways he's going to start saving us money, and it's very exciting, actually. Find out what Biden said about the unemployment and how he plans to make the cost of living manageable. This should help with being able to survive inflation, as so many people are having problems with it, with gas prices, right? Like literally we need a stimulus just to get us past inflation. And with the recent events with COVID in actually China, with their zero tolerance for COVID, they want to get down to a zero COVID statistic. We're going to cover that and how that could affect us, and also inflation. How Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren wrote a letter to Congress asking about reoccurring payments, and the extended unemployment, and Rhode Island might be adopting facial recognition. We got extended unemployment. Rhode Island might be adopting facial recognition software for the unemployment department, and Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, who I saw earlier today, she was talking about the economy with Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, who were both on the hot seat. And of course, Jerome Powell is getting to keep his job as the chairman of the board over there at the Federal Reserve. And, you know, people are not happy about that facial recognition. It's a very interesting story. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Also, Australia is doing a mandate on the vaccine. The Omicron variant, as you can see here, is just... it's unbelievable, right, folks? Check this out. We've got the Delta variant, we've got Beta, and we've got the other variants that are happening. Alpha looks like it was almost non-existent. But you can see all these different waves that have been coming through. Now, Omicron doesn't look like much, except when you do this. This is what's very interesting. Look at the variant spreading, how rapidly it's spreading in South Africa, and apparently to gain dominance much faster than previous variants of concern did. This is variant of concern. So it hasn't been risen to a really high level. They're saying that they're concerned about this. What they talk about a lot of times in these different variants is that each variant is supposed to be less, not as hard as the one before it. They're supposed to be getting weaker. At least that's what some of the news reports I saw, was that each different variant, it's possible that it'll actually get weaker as it mutates. These are mutating viruses. Obviously, the flu, it also mutates, right? The flu virus, we've lived with it. I've lived with it my whole life. You have too, apparently, if you're watching this video. And because I went all the way back to 1918, 1920, right in that realm. Well, it starts out typically like in Australia, and then by the time it comes over here, we've already got some sort of vaccine and we've adapted to it. Now the vaccines, we're going to get them faster, and they're going to spot these quicker. So we may have to learn to live with this a lot like we have to live with the flu. Now, you may look at the map, the Omicron map. This is an interactive map. You can see it online. I'll leave the link in the description. It's an interactive where it shows COVID-19's variants, how it spreads so far. This is the Omicron variant that's actually popped up. As you can see, it's moved quite rapidly, quite fast. As you can see, China has been under severe lockdown, so you can see they've kind of pushed it out. We've been lucky enough that it's probably already here, but not as bad, not spreading as fast. That's where we want to be, right? Wouldn't we want to be in a nice little beach area? Reminds me of surfing when I was a kid. If you also Europe, this is a big concern today. Can you still travel to Europe? The virus restriction questions. We're going to have some of the lockdowns that are making it difficult to travel. And of course, China, Omicron variant spread to China since their vindication over the zero COVID strategy as the country begins to reinstate border restrictions over concerns on the Omicron coronavirus variant. China is celebrating its decision to stick with its limit on international travel as a zero COVID. So looks like if you want to go to Europe, you got problems. If you want to go to Australia, you got problems. If you want to go to China, you got really big problems. Very interesting Christmas and New Year's we're going to have this year, all because of Omicron, as we were thinking we were coming out of it. So with entrepreneurs, with independent contractors, 1099 workers, we'll see if they have to reopen the PUA because it's the only way to reach these new workers that have now been discovered. They've been around for 10 years. We've had 1099 workers. Finally, they're being addressed with the PUA. So they may have to restart this program because of all these restrictions. Hey, everybody, it's Andrew Cartwright. I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. Here's your unemployment, employment, stimulus, jobs report, daily news, an update for Tuesday, November 30th, 2021. My goal is always to give you the best information to access government and private money for yourself, loved ones, and your business, because sometimes you need some money and it can help you move forward. I think upward mobility comes from leverage. Leverage, the best leverage is from the SBA. I have 12 different programs down in the link description below, Capital Velocity, to help you get the money that you need, up to $5 million even in credit lines. So I also put together a free game to play so that we can get to know each other, and I give away prizes and money and copy my book. This channel is dedicated to personal finance, real estate, stock market, crypto, partnering with you, helping you generate money and save lots of money. My background, I've started 32 companies in 17 industries, and I hope to partner with you to buy some companies here shortly. Love to do that. Make sure you check out my real estate program. Link is in the description below. It's a $10,000 course. It's yours for only $99. You can get that course, 36 videos, a resource list, everything you know. I spent $45 million learning this stuff the hard way as a business broker, developer, contractor, all the different ways, so that you don't have to when to buy, how to buy, and market cycles, and where to get the cheapest money, and how not to even personally guarantee it so that you can walk away from the project if it blows up. Make sure you grab your Webull stock down below. And also, if you're a Patreon, thank you so much. For as little as $3, you can support the channel, help us out here, and also get a bunch of other free content that you don't get access to on the channel. But first, Joe Biden addressed the nation on the topic of unemployment and where we're at with that. While Biden didn't discuss a continuation of the federal PUA unemployment benefit, he didn't talk about the continuation, but he's also not fully equipped to understand what's happening with this new virus. He did lay out a plan to tackle our monetary needs in a different way. According to Biden, quote, "It's so critical that the Senate pass the Build Back Better Act, which according to leading economists will cut costs for American families without adding no price pressures. Build Back Better will cut the cost of prescription drugs, health care, child care, and housing for tens of millions of middle-class families and seniors, while extending critical middle-class tax relief that is helping working families make ends meet." This is great. In the same statement, Biden said there were 21 million unemployed insurance claims before Thanksgiving holiday, and now there are 2.4 million, something he said is historic job recovery. It's also, I think, historic, maybe delusion, right? As we know, if people stop looking for a job, they fall off that report. We covered it in Congress today when we talked about it with Jerome Powell and with Janet Yellen, that yes, people drop off when they stop looking for a job. On top of that, 5.6 million jobs have been created since he took office, and an unemployment rate of 4.6, 2 full years earlier than expected. What they predicted was even possible. More Americans are getting back to work, and more Americans are having money in their pocket. I think, like you probably think, all this is very confusing. Who do we believe? Who can we believe? Thanks to the American Rescue Plan and the vaccination campaign, according to the president, that's why we have the positive results that he says that we have. So that's basically what we're waiting on. The Senate to approve the Build Back Better plan, because Biden is enthusiastic and wants to give it his John Hancock, basically, sign. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Is it enough to get us through these hard times? Do you think that they have to reinstate the PUA to get people that are off the grid as far as employment to get help during tough times? Or is Biden hinting at more unemployment benefits to come, but just not tackling it straight on? Also, we've got to remember that they didn't pass that bill earlier today, or yesterday in regards to the military spending. So now they've screwed up their calendar to be able to even pass bills in the Senate. The House seems to be getting through stuff without a problem. Oh, also remember, make sure you put a comment in the comment, subscribe and like, because you could win $2,000. When we get to 200,000 subscribers, and we're almost there, I'm going to pick a random comment and I'm going to launch $2,000 to somebody. If you enjoy the content and you want to see more of this content, I urge you, please subscribe. Like the video for the YouTube algorithm. It'd be appreciated. You'll save a YouTuber like me. I'm just kidding. So, but please hit the like button, throw a comment in there. You can win $2,000. Meanwhile, while Biden has been iffy about talking about unemployment and stimulus check, he's rather talked about how the child tax credit and the American Rescue Plan are the best things for us. However, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders sent a letter to Biden in support of the idea of these reoccurring payments and automatic unemployment insurance extensions. Yes. So we got Bernie Sanders, we got Elizabeth Warren. Saw Elizabeth Warren earlier today on television in front of the Senate committee. The letter said, quote, a powerful and growing block of Senator Democrats are calling for reoccurring, smartly targeted, auto-stabilizing direct payments to be included in President Biden's new economic recovery package as a top legislative priority. Absolutely top legislative priority. This letter had a lot of signatures too. About 21 Democrats showed their support. A huge range of Senate Democrats and Republicans have also been on the fence about it. But Democrats, they've got literally half of them already saying that they're with the program. Even moderate leaders like Senator Stabenow, Senator Reid, and also Senate Burnett, to more progressive leaders like Senator Booker and Senator Warren and Senator Sanchez. According to the letter, quote, unemployment insurance has replaced lost income for millions who have lost their jobs. Of course, I've gotten a lot of heat for having videos about helping people get PUA, but I also have met in person. Literally a few days ago, I was coaching a lady about her business, getting a business open, a medical spa, and PUA, that $20,000 she was able to get, saved her life, she said. Without watching my video, she would have never known that she could have gotten money as an unemployed person from the employment division. But millions of others do not qualify for unemployment insurance after seeing their hours reduced as well, switching to lower paying jobs or temporarily leaving the workforce to care for the family members during the pandemic, end quote. Bernie's letter cited that these unemployment benefits worked well alongside reoccurring stimulus payments. So really, it's catch-all, a call for both permanent stimulus and permanent PUA unemployment. There's a call for PUA to come back by Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and 21 other Senate Democrats that are pushing to have this stabilize the economy, because PUA is the other half of the unemployment conversation, one we haven't wanted to have because people that work for FedEx, people that work for Uber, people that work for Lyft, people that work for DoorDash, these guys, when they're not working and can't work, they can't collect anything because they haven't paid into unemployment. The statement continued, quote, data shows that direct payments and enhanced unemployment insurance are among the most effective forms of relief available. You probably know this already. Not only do these payments help keep families out of poverty, but they act as an economic stimulus by increasing spending and supporting jobs, end quote. Besides that, everyday people, don't we go out and have to spend money? It's the wealthy that spend less money. I know. I see the wealthy all the time. Virtually nothing has been said about the proposal since then. Still, this is an insane amount of support for these continued payments, and I feel good about them. So do a lot of other people, at least 21 other senators. Don't lose hope just yet. Every bit of news, every bit of good news, it inches us closer to getting what we want. And with these new problems that we're now having with Omicron, with what's happening in Australia, what's happening in China, what's happening in Europe, with Europe almost shutting down, which we could be just days away from shutting down, we could see PUA and these other programs reignite fast. And finally, Rhode Island's ACLU is suing the Department of Labor and Training because the DLT, the Department of Labor and Training, is apparently blocking information pertaining to the use of facial recognition software in unemployment claims. According to the ACLU, quote, is the Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training planning to use facial recognition technology to process unemployment claims? The agency doesn't want the public to know. So the ACLU of Rhode Island today filed an open records lawsuit to find out, end quote. The DLT is refusing to show the ACLU any documents regarding an Access to Public Records Act requests that certain records or activities be known. In other words, the agency's, quote, actual and considered usage of facial recognition and identity verification software in the course of processing unemployment claims, well, a little itchy, right? ACLU says the facial recognition software is against our civil liberties. Love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think about that? So basically, we have another government lawsuit over unemployment. Another one. Only this time it's the government versus the government. So now, not only people fighting the government for benefits they should have got, but now we got the government fighting the government. I'd love to hear your thoughts about facial recognition. Do you think it violates our civil liberties? What are your thoughts on this? If you still haven't applied for that unemployment assistance, you get 26, 27 weeks of unemployment. It's covered federal law. It's been covered since the 30s with President Roosevelt. So you'll get that. The PUA, if you got back claims, you can still fight to get that. If you got regular unemployment, you still need to fight to get that. Don't give up. They're processing claims as fast as they can, as well as if you're just now starting out processing, go ahead and fill out your unemployment. Be honest and truthful. You can get a check, even a backdated check. If you're weeks past and you didn't file, you can go get that money too. Thank you for watching. I'm Andrew Cartwright. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Taco or Tequila Tuesday. I love you. Take care.